And welcome to the Sports Shuffle Rays Report for Sunday, April 15, 2012. Tampa Motor Mouth in the zone behind the microphone, all crazy all the time. Could the Rays bounce back from that whooping they got on Friday the 13th? Let's find out, but first, a little bit of a breaking news to pass along to you. And to make room for Chris Gimenez, who's been called up from Durham to take the place of Jose Lobaton, Sam Fuld has been placed on the 60-day DL, moved over from the 15-day DL. Of course, Sam Fuld, whose injury ended up happening in spring training, is expected to miss at least until September before he's going to be back in the lineup. So that's not really much of a surprise move there, but it did just come down the wire, so passing it along to you. And even though we really don't want to, let's take a look at yesterday's game, shall we? And going to game summary once again, it's all about pitching and lack of hitting. Team runners in scoring position yesterday, 1 for 7, but only 4 men left on base. Hellickson threw for 99 pitches and lasting 5 innings, which was 3 more than David Price lasted the previous day. Didn't get the loss, though. In fact, that was actually given to Badenhop, who came in for 1.1 innings, ended up giving up 3 earned runs. Howell, back to his usual self, 2.2. Point, folks. Point in front of the 2 innings pitched. Gave up 2 earned runs, but don't worry, Dane De La Rosa would outperform Howell for lasting a whole inning, but giving up 5 earned runs. And for the Red Sox, Clay Buchholz ended up pitching 7 innings, got the win. And how about Big Pappy David Ortiz? If somebody started him on their fantasy team, I didn't either start either one. Nope. 5 RBIs. That's right, David Ortiz, 5 RBIs. You aren't reading that wrong. And how about this interesting, well, not interesting if you're a Rays fan, but interesting if you're a baseball fan, stat that the Red Sox, for the first 6 games, had 20 runs total, including 12 in a loss to the Tigers. Past 2 games, 25 runs. The Red Sox have had 3 of the 12-run games in baseball so far this season. This from the Red Sox Sports Network, ESPN. Ooh, okay, we're done. We looked at the game summary. That wasn't too painful, was it? And with the Rays injury report, no surprise to anybody, Jose Lobaton placed yesterday on the 15-day DL. Good news coming out as far as B.J. Upton is concerned, as he ended up, according to Mark Topkin from his Twitter feed, as B.J. Upton ended up starting his 2nd straight game in rehab, and that is a key development. He is expected to be back sometime next week versus the Minnesota Twins, so that's good news. Once again, B.J. Upton expected back sometime next week for the Twins, and we definitely need the hitting. Oh yes, we most certainly do. Now with the injury update, let's take a look at the roster moves. Program can't tell the Rays roster without a program, and it's true on any given week, this one being no exception. So get ready, strapped in, here we go for the roster ride. Of course, after getting shelled by the Red Sox on Friday, Josh Luke was sent down to the minors. Called up to take his place, Dane De La Rosa. Saturday, well, guess what? That was Dane De La Rosa's day to get shelled. Hang on, we'll get back to him in a second. Saturday, move coming that nobody was surprised by, and could have seen this happening a mile away, maybe about 100 miles away. Jose Lobaton placed on the 15-day DL. Then, to take Jose Lobaton's place, Chris Gimenez was called up from the minors, and in order to make room on the roster for Chris Gimenez, Sam Fuld, as announced at the top of the update, was taken from the 15-day DL and moved to the 60-day DL. Now, getting back to one Dane De La Rosa, who got shelled on he was the pitcher to be shelled by the Red Sox Saturday, taking over for Josh Luke. He was sent down to the minors and one Alex Cobb called up. So all you Cobb County fans, yep, that's right, get excited. Alex Cobb is being called up to help out because down the road, Wade Davis is off, and Rays have got a long road trip ahead of them with not much time to breathe, as they don't have a day off until this coming Friday. They're in Boston for a 4-game series, and after that wraps up, they have an early game on Monday with Boston. No travel days, zip up to Toronto, then a 3-game set there, then finally off, and that ends the road trip, which hopefully will be a good one. But that's the roster moves craziness. The latest one being, of course, Dane De La Rosa sent down. Alex Cobb coming up, not starting today. We'll get to the starting lineups, as a matter of fact, right now. So, to recap, Josh Luke, of course, sent down. Dane De La Rosa called up, then sent back down, and Alex Cobb taking Dane De La Rosa's place. Jose Lobaton placed on the 15-day DL. Chris Gimenez called up, and then for Jose Lobaton, then Sam Fuld placed on the 60-day DL, moved from the 15-day DL list. Ta-da! So, who's on first today? No, really, I'm asking you, who's on first? And here's the Rays lineup for today's game against the Red Sox. Batting first, Desmond Jennings at center field. Second, Carlos Pena, first base. Third, Evan Longoria, third base. Fourth, batting cleanup, Jeff Keffinger, second base. Fifth, Ben Zobrist in right field. Batting sixth, use the force, Luke Scott as the designated hitter. 7, Sean Rodriguez, also playing shortstop. 8th, Matt, where has your bat gone, Joyce in left field. And 9th, Chris Gimenez, called up, making his first start for the Rays this year as catcher, and pitching the phenom Double M Matt Moore. Go Rays.